TaxAct knows filing taxes can be confusing, so we have live experts on hand who can help answer any questions you may have. Questions like, can I claim my SUV as my home office if I answer work emails in my car? If I adopted 12 dogs this year, can I list them as dependents? And, am I doing this right or am I doing this very, very wrong? Our experts have the answers to those questions and many others. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
With Plan B emergency contraception, we're in control of our future. It's backup birth control you take after unprotected sex that helps prevent pregnancy before it starts. It works by temporarily delaying ovulation, and it won't impact your future fertility. Plan B is available in all 50 U.S. states at all major retailers near you, with no ID, prescription, or age requirement needed. Together, we've got this. Follow Plan B on Insta at Plan B One Step to learn more. Use as directed.
SpringFest is heating up at Lowe's, and for a limited time, we have the extra big deals you need to impress guests. Get your outdoor space ready and save $50 on the select Cobalt 24-volt blower kit, now $79. Plus, save $80 on the Charbroil Performance 4-burner grill, now $199. It's springtime, and our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/13. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Welcome. I don't know the last time I was this excited to talk about something.
Me either. I'm so excited. We're talking about Stepford Wives. This is What Am I Watching? This is a show where we watch movies and television and share our thoughts and opinions.
I am so glad that at about 8:30 or 9 p.m. last night, as I was driving home from dinner, I said, Monch was like, I'll take a shower. We'll get in bed early. Like, it'll be nice. I just went, I have to watch a movie. Fully forgot until 9 p.m. last night. And so the plan was I would watch the first half of this until I fell asleep, and Mats would probably watch the first 20 minutes and he would fall asleep, and then I'd finish it in the morning. No. We watched this entire movie. Neither of us fell asleep all the way straight through to the point where when he had to go pee, he was like, pause it. And I was like, oh, look at us now. And it is in what I consider the prime of movie making. This is a tight 93 minute.
Yes.
And God, bring back those motherfucking movies.
Also, when it got to the midpoint, because I was detangling my hair, and it got to the midpoint, I knew it was the midpoint. I paused and I said, I'm exactly at the midpoint.
Yes.
And I love that about movies. Whatever
happened to the formula?
Right. And so I paused, went and washed my hair, came back. It was like a little
intermission.
It was like a little intermission. It was wonderful.
Yeah, we let men have too much. We gave them podcast microphones. We gave them so much money. And then we also said, hey, you don't actually have to edit anything that you make. And then we just made that be the standard and the norm of things that are supposed to be TV shows. No, you can make it like a 7-hour movie. It's just, I remember when the longest movie on earth was the Titanic, and everybody
not
collectively...
the Titanic.
What?
It's just called Titanic.
Okay. Because it's called The Stepford Wives, I'm like, damn, maybe I need to start adding. I'm thinking other things said the, and I'm like, retroactively adding
it. It's called The Stepford Wives?
It is. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Is that
what the book is called?
I don't know. Oh, book? I thought it was a remake of it.
It is. It's both.
Wow. Okay. That makes sense. I would read this book.
I would too. And I also hear that the 70s movie is better than this one.
And that sounds hard.
That sounds very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this one made in 2004. Still extremely relevant today, which makes me know that this is going to be a timeless concept. The thing is, right now, the only way you could remake this to make it more of today's time was just make it AI instead of a robot. But you can still tell the exact same story.
No, the fact that nothing needs to change is remarkable and really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, damn. I think I wrote one of my notes was ooh, I really wish I could say that this was before its time, but this is just all the time.
This is a quote about the book from the 70s. And it says, this is from Michelle Arrow, not only a satire of male fears of women's liberation, but a savage view of heterosexual marriage. In this one, they did update it. There's one gay couple. But in this telling, a man would rather kill his wife and replace her with a robot than commit to equality and recognize her as a whole person. Like, that's still...
No, like, really? Like, the first time I watched this as a child, like, I definitely didn't think that I'd be watching this again as a fully grown adult going, wow, still rings true. Oh, yeah. Oh, ouch. Ooh, ouch, ouch, ouch. But my God, this movie is just like, it's so well done. It's so tight. It's so funny. The writing is honestly like joke after joke, like quick, smart. The humor of it is hilarious. Like Mats was laughing out loud so many times that he had to rewind because he couldn't hear the next line. Like, I just think this is such a phenomenal film. And the first time I ever saw it was at a sleepover when I was 10 or 11. It had just come out on DVD. And pretty much all the other kids fell asleep. But you know us. I couldn't even sleep at nap time. You think I was sleeping at sleepovers? Not well at all. So it was me and the birthday girl's mom who had stayed up and finished the movie. And they were like, oh, wow, I definitely didn't realize that that maybe this wasn't appropriate for like 11-year-olds. But I loved it. And I watched it so many times after that. But I will say, like, I never regarded this as like a scary movie or something that felt too adult or too fucked up or something, that I was like, I would feel comfortable showing this to my kids. And now that you said that it was also based on a book, I knew there was a 70s version, but it's a very digestible way that it still feels like reality, but it doesn't feel like, oh, this is like a really dark and heavy depiction of the world or like a very false depiction of the world. But like it's using it in a comedic sense.
Yes. This is satire. If you want to know what satire is, this is satire. I first watched this. I used to buy DVDs off eBay. I loved eBay. And so I would just
eBay still exists, just so you know.
I know.
Okay.
But I mean, this was when, like, now you can just buy things off eBay like it's a regular store.
You want the bidding.
The bidding
you want the high of that. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, but the thing that started happening was people were taking advantage of the bidding, where it would be like they would have a friend bid on something when they knew somebody really wanted an item. And so they would drive up what the bidding cost would be because, like, you would be bidding against somebody. So that's why they got rid of how the bidding process worked, because they would just drive up the price of something because they knew somebody would really want something. But I would get, like, packs of DVDs, not opened at all, for, like, $5. And this was one of them.
I used to go to Best Buy and they had like a bucket of DVDs. And I used to, every time I would go to the mall or anywhere, I would just buy at least one. Like DVDs and Blu-rays, it was like $5. So I feel you. I love physical media.
Yeah. And so I'm mad that I didn't keep up with it. But this was a movie that as I was watching it, I was quoting things that were happening, but I forgot most of it. Which is odd, even though I watched it a lot. But it is directed by Frank Oz, which I forget that he is still alive and was like 60 then.
He's an actor?
Yeah, he's like Jim Henson. Like, you know who Frank Oz is, right?
Oh my God, I do. I just pulled up a picture and I go, fully know who this man is.
Yes, like puppeteer, worked for Jim Henson and Sesame Street and Star Wars.
He's also always been old.
Yeah, he's always been old, but like, I thought he was like 80 then.
Yeah, me too. Wow.
So
he's the voice of Miss Piggy?
Yes.
Up until 2001. Wow.
Yeah.
He's British? Wow. This is all brand new
information. He's done the voice of Fozzie, Miss Piggy, Animal, Yoda.
That's crazy.
Cookie Monster.
Wait, he's in Knives Out.
Yes.
Wait, this is crazy. I'm
like I always forget that he exists. No, even though he has I mean, not that he exists, that he's still alive, because he's done so. Like, this man has done so much. His career,
crazy.
Career, but it's not just that voice acting.
That's
like
what I'm saying. Like, I only know of him as like saw his face. I go, no, I've seen him act, but I didn't know he did all of this shit
Puppeteer,
too.
like one of the pioneers.
Yeah, all the stuff I've seen him is what he was doing on the fucking side. All the rest of this was the entire majority of his career that I had no idea about.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool.
And then it was written by Paul Rudnick, who he wrote a lot of books and stuff and sent a lot of essays. So he's an intern.
He also wrote Sister Act.
And he wrote Sister Act, yep.
Hell fucking yeah.
So already set up for success, starring Nicole Kidman, which last week we just tried to watch Nicole Kidman, couldn't get through it. Baz Luhrmann.
But this is a classic Nicole Kidman because wigs.
Yeah.
We have multiple wigs.
Yeah. And they look pretty good.
We do. We also have Nicole without her wig.
Mm-hmm.
We've got bald Nicole.
We've got bald.
We got baldy Nicole.
Yeah.
Bald Kidman. Loved
it. And this is our second Nicole Kidman movie that we've watched in completion. First being Practical Magic.
The house also looked a little similar. I was like, ooh, look at those vibes.
And then Matthew Broderick, Bette Midler, who was phenomenal. And then after this movie played, First Wives Club popped up to watch, and I was like, gotta watch that later too.
It's on our list. Yes. I was looking at our letterbox, and I was like, oh yeah, because it popped up on there too. And I was like, oh, that is on our our list of movies we should watch because I've never seen it.
Yes. Christopher Walken, Roger Bart, who's been in so many things throughout my whole life. I didn't know what his name was.
He's also the man who who Trisha Paytas used to date, who fucked her over him. We got a lot of those crying videos. Melissa,
I thought his name was gay in real life.
Yeah.
He is?
I'm unsure.
Okay.
I am sure that he did date.
He plays so many gay characters.
Here's the thing. I'm not telling you he's not gay. I just am telling you he dated Trisha Paytas.
Well, I don't know if it's an issue like what's my guy, bald head from Burlesque.
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, Stanley Tucci plays a lot of gay characters, but he is a straight man.
Mm-hmm.
Faith Hill.
Which Mott's recognized. He goes, is that Faith Hill? And I was like, yes, but I only know that because they said her name before this. How do you know what she looks like?
That's because you weren't watching the MTV and VH1s like we were.
You're right.
And Glenn Close, who I can't... Since she was in that movie last year or a couple years ago...
Which one?
Where she's playing... I'm getting there.
Okay.
Be patient.
I will.
She's in this movie and she's playing a character that they had Miss Henry from TikTok be the consultant on. And if you know who Miss Henry is, she is this white woman that grew up around Black people and she's like in her 60s. And the way she delivers things, it's so funny. If you've seen her I stand on big business videos, then you'd laugh. Okay. So keep that in mind if you know who I'm talking about. So Miss Henry consulted on this film, and Glenn Close is playing a fictionalized version in a horror film of Miss Henry. And so she is speaking in that manner too. And in this film, she says to her daughter, who is Black, I can smell your nappy pussy from over here. And since I heard her say that, I cannot look at Glenn Close the same way.
You gave me no warning.
I told a full story before I even got there.
You did, but you went straight into it, and here I am trying to figure out which project this is. But wow.
It is...
The Deliverance?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. She acts.
She does act.
She acts in movies where other people are acting, and she is acting.
Mm-hmm. TV show too. All's fair.
Yes. No,
So this is our second Glenn Close movie? Or medium?
And if you know that if I see that Glenn Close is in something, I go, I'm about to watch a motherfucking performance.
Mm-hmm.
This person is not going to be normal. This person is... We're not picking small characters. We're not picking demure roles. We are not picking people with internal struggles that they keep inside. We're about to watch someone have a full-blown mental breakdown outwardly. We're about to experience performance.
We're about to watch art.
Fully. And I will say, the wigs in this movie, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't even recognize Bette Midler because of that hair.
How did you not recognize Bette Midler?
No.
Her voice, her stature, the way she was moving.
The way she acts, everything. But the wig was so good that the part in my brain that said, that's Bette Midler, I said, no, that's got to be someone else.
Did you have your glasses on or your contacts? Because both have been...
Really, really good point. Because, I am, in fact, wearing the wrong prescription in one of my eyes. That is probably what the kicker was.
But again, her voice, I don't know how you didn't hear that.
That was what the first thing I thought. I was like, that's got to be her.
Okay.
But God, is this so fucking good.
Good sleep is everything. That's why Ollie's Science Back Support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie Sleep Solutions for the whole family at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The instant oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings. Like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, Granola, and Bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker, bring out the good.
There's no one like you, and there never will be.
From the producer Bohemian Rhapsody, there are many legends, but there is only one. Michael, rated PG-13, in theaters April 24.
So we start out with the longest credit sequence I've ever seen in a film.
I was shocked. I thought I picked the wrong movie. I said, is this the one from the 70s?
I did too. I stopped it and I turned it on. I said,
backwards.
Is this the same?
We sure? And then it kept going for another 2 minutes after that.
Yeah. It was so long. I was like, did y'all need to add to the runtime of this film? Why is this so long?
Mm-hmm.
But we get 1970s housewife. Actually, it's more 60s, 70s housewife making the picture perfect home. And then we cut to Nicole Kidman as
Elizabeth
Holmes. Most devious. Elizabeth Holmes meets the
Bob
most
Iger.
Devious. Yes, Bob Eichner with Andy Cohen mixed in.
Yes.
So she is at the upfronts, which is where you introduce your TV series for the next season so that you can get advertisers. And she is introducing awful but great reality show TV that she is making money for this network.
All the people in the audience are women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all high-powered women in suits. That is what we're getting. And one of the shows that she pitches, that she shows the trailer for, everything, is a show that does in fact exist in the age of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
The show in the movie is called I Can Do Better. And it's married couples, and there are, in their words, prostitutes, and that they spend the week with, and then decide if they can do better or not. That is called Temptation Island, and we do have that television show. Like, we legitimately have that show.
We do, but what's funny about this one is that you can tell that the theme for all of her TV shows is to make men look like fools and women to look like the hero, which, thank you. And so the man is set up with this beautiful woman, but all they do is spend time in the hot tub talking about life.
I think is also a lie.
Yes. But then we have the woman who, and keep in mind, these are like middle-aged white people.
Do you want to share about who the man is?
I don't think I realized.
Unless it's Mike White.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Wait,
incredible.
I'm pretty sure. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And then on the woman's side, the wife, she is with about 50 different people, men and women. And she's like, I'm leaving him.
Yeah, she goes, turns out, love you to death, babe. I can do better.
And turns out, later we find out she's also still living with all these people.
Yep. Well, it's also like, it literally feels exactly like the current every like Reddit post of being like, every guy being like, I opened up my relationship with my wife because like I wanted to sleep with other people and like I'm having a really hard time finding people who want to sleep with me and my wife is doing so well. And I'm like, yeah, this concept, like women think through these things. Women think that like you do this, but as a man, you're like, no, I'm inherently going to do better. And I'm also going to like lie about what I did and be able to have whatever I want because I have to keep up my ego and the idea that I don't want to accept that I didn't do as well as I thought I would have done.
Yep. So then Mike White shows up in the audience and you can see how much of a producer that was her Joanna, Nicole Kidman's character. You can see how much a producer, because she immediately turns the situation into, oh, everybody, look, Hank's here. And then everybody applauses, but he's got a gun.
And he says, let's kill all the women. And at that point, I was like, yeah.
If you're a screenwriter, you know that is, like, again, this is very tight. And within the first 10 minutes, you're supposed to name, like, what the film is about. And that's it. That's the line right there.
Yep. A man is faced with his feelings and the response, women are at fault. We must kill all of the women.
So he shoots at her. But she doesn't get hit. Does she? No. She's in the hospital. Just a mental health breakdown.
No, that was after. So she doesn't get hit, but she does in fact get fired. Yeah. And they say that they have to pull her existing slate and her future slate because it's tarnished.
Yes, she goes to work and is fine.
She's like, woo, we did it. How crazy was that?
And I honestly think if that would have happened today, it wouldn't have been like that. I think that they would have used that as, like, let's say she's the head of Bravo or TLC. They would have used it just to, you know, continue. Look at how hot our shows are.
Yeah, it would have to depend on the network. If it was like Fox or ABC, no.
No, because it feels like that she's because she's the head of the network. So it's a Bravo TLC type thing.
Yeah. And so, she has a mental break because she gets fired from her job and then is in the hospital. And
I remember none of this. Like, I didn't remember any of this movie till we got to Stepford.
Me too. Me fucking too. Forgot all of it. And so then we meet her husband, Matthew Broderick, and he reveals that he has quit his job for, like, at the network for her because all of this.
Which I think he was lying. He got fired. You
can't believe anything about him.
No, he got fired because he was a vice president at her network that she was the head of.
Yep.
He got fired along with her.
Yeah. He's collateral damage of that. So then we have a conversation of, and she's like lithiumed up. Like that's she's woo. She's in outer fucking space. So we have this conversation.
Great though. This link
fantastic,
and the color on her looks great.
I'm obsessed because also like it has a mood and an energy and a vibe that like the hair is acting as much as she is acting.
Yes,
and I love that.
Yeah, it's telling a lot of the story for us.
Yes, and so we're having, and like it's important that you can tell she's like visibly not there and like visibly like she's drugged out. And you can tell that because in the result of the conversation, like he's taking advantage of her mental state of that and what she's agreeing to and her thought process that like what he's saying is like rational and or sane. Because I really like that because I do think where this could have gone wrong is that like you hear a man suggest, which is, hey, you know, we've been focusing on your career for all of this time, like you're all of this kind of stuff, like just like stop, like chill out, like you're doing too much, like whatever happened to femininity, all of these things that like someone who has built their whole life and career, I hate when they have like a husband says one thing about that and they're like, oh, actually you're right. I'm like, no, you wouldn't get to where you are today with having like your grasp and concept on like female empowerment and power and success to be like so fucking fragile that like your 5'7" husband can completely derail that. So I like that we know
also,
that
the
she's
fact
starting.
that he is so small is also great casting for that.
It's
too.
on purpose, as we find out for the rest of the husbands. But it's like it's so clear that she is being taken advantage of, and like, you know, we can assume the healthcare system, they're like, yeah, for sure, like let her husband can take care of her, and she's clearly not doing well. And so the result is we are picking up and we are moving to Connecticut.
Out of Manhattan. And she's the epitome of a Manhattan boss bitch. Like, just imagine that, and that's who she is.
Yep.
So we're moving to Connecticut.
Connecticut? Yuck.
So they're driving into Stepford.
She's comatose.
She is out of it. They've got 2 kids, a boy and a girl. They're also, while she was in the hospital, their son drew a picture of her
getting shot. And he's like,
oh, I'm like, why would you show that to her?
Yeah, because he's a man. They're like, okay, he drew it for you. And she goes, oh, so lovely. But he also is like, the kids never see. By the way, the kids, unbothered. These kids, he's using the kids as a weapon of like, the kids don't even know you. These kids don't care.
And they
That's
also
their mom. They're familiar with her.
Right. They seem more familiar with her than they do with him.
Yep. Men always do that. And then it's like, the nannies are raising. It's not that it's like the kids don't even know you. Well, the kids don't know you either. So we get beautiful houses. We just get to see all these houses and houses and houses. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Very Connecticut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and he's noticing as they're driving, his name is Walter, which great name. His name is Walter, and he's noticing while he's driving up to their home that all the women kind of look alike. They're all tall, blonde women.
Big boobs, tiny little waists, and their husbands.
We haven't seen the husband yet, but
no, we're not. They're not. They're in the background, but they're not getting the same glamour shot edit.
No.
So we've got to assume that these husbands aren't giving. They're not giving the Ken to the Barbie.
No.
Then we meet Glenn Close. Right?
She's the real estate agent.
She gives a tour of the home. And we also get like low-key a nod to one of my favorite DComs, Smart House. And I was like, ooh, these smart houses never works the way you want it to. And another thing I forgot is that motherfucking dog, that robotic dog.
Such a bad CGI, but I get it. But yeah, that dog was scary. And we also learned more about the dog later.
Well, the dog also looks like that one. Do you remember the dog that would like play music that was like silver and blue? It looks like that.
I had one of those. Well, I didn't. Melanie had one of those. I forgot what his name was, but
it looks like if that dog had a baby with Gumby, right?
Yeah.
Is Gumby the green one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, why did they get the dog? Nobody else got a dog.
No, I think all the houses come with a dog.
Do they all come with the dog? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure that some of these husbands just put the dog away because they were like, I don't want to deal with.
I mean, it's a robot, so.
Yep. And so then Glenn Close takes her. She takes her through the house, gives her a tour of like everything in the house, of all the things you can do. We get like a very intense demonstration of the security system, which feels a little odd because they talk about how Stepford has no crime, no poverty, and everything's perfect. There's no problems. And so why do you have this like really intense security system? Like that seems a little odd. And so she takes her on a tour of beyond the house in the golf cart to the grounds of Stepford. And we see through the trees this big old building. And it's like, oh, whose house? What is that? That is the men's club. And I wrote down something that I stand by to this day is that men don't need clubs.
No.
There is nothing good that happens.
And any TV show when men have their own clubs, not good. And I'm going to say the first thing that I've ever seen it in was the Flintstones. They had a men club, not good. And it continues. Doesn't matter what generation, what age group. I don't need to see a men's group.
No, when you get men together,
incels,
only men, nothing good comes from it.
No.
Like by any means. Because like If you want to just like hang out with other men and you're like, no girls allowed, I only want men here, there are other places you can do that and get those needs met.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are suppressing those needs and your need is, I actually hate women, I don't like men, I just hate women so deeply. When you are a group of those people, bad things happen.
Yeah.
Bad things happen. There's not enough brain power in that room.
Yeah. And she also asks, Joanna asks Claire. She asks Claire, where do the women hang out? And Claire says, the day spa.
Where we see, which part of me wonders if this was improv, the workout like a washing machine.
It was so good, though. And we also see there are a couple Black women and an Asian woman there. So I was like, at least here. There is
I was wondering, I was
diversion.
like, that would be in the remake. That would be what we get with Roger.
Mm-hmm.
We get that where it's like that I'm sure wasn't in the original.
No. God, no. Not in the 70s.
No. So I could see in a remake of it, you'd have like conservative
or
Black families.
But they're not going to kick out the gays for the remake. I think we'd still have the gays. I'm saying
adding into it.
Yeah. But I also just think it works with this mainly being white people anyway.
Oh, totally.
It's part of the story.
Well, there's also like an aspect of like, well, it's in Connecticut. Like it's a very, like it is not racially diverse in these areas, like and specifically on purpose. Like it, and this is the movie's acknowledging that all of it is on purpose.
Literally says later, I think it's after we get this scene at the women's club where they're dressed in their Sunday's best attire. Well, Nicole Kidman's there in her black workout clothes, and she's like, what are y'all doing? And they do their washing machine and spin in their heels. And then we're at the 4th of July celebration.
Yeah, Mats was asking, he's like, I'm a little confused about how the time, like seasons are changing and like time is moving.
I think we just ride with it.
Yep.
So we're at 4th of July, and again, Nicole still is in all black. She's telling the kids, like, have fun. They're like, we will. It's a picnic. So then we meet Bobby, who's Bette Midler's character, who is a writer, recovering alcoholic. She also doesn't fit in with the rest of the women there. And
she has brown hair.
She has brown hair. She also, her and Nicole Kidman, like they are fans of each other, which I find funny that a writer of this caliber it tracks perfectly that she would be a fan of this network executive. In the same way of how recently Michelle Obama was talking about how much she loves Bravo. And then, and it's also important to note that she's Jewish, which is different from most of the people there too.
She's got like a graphic tee on and like jeans, and you can see through this. So it's like, you see a sea of like pastel florals, big blonde hair, boobs, tall. And then you see like Nicole Kidman in a black outfit. You see her in like a graphic tee. And that's also how we see Roger, not clothes-wise, but the fact that he's a man who's not blonde.
Yes.
So they're all gravitating towards each other.
Yes. And a gay man. And Bobby is married to John Lovett's character, who is Dave, who absolutely
Does he play anyone else than this?
I don't think I have seen him play anyone else.
I've only ever seen him in this, and I have a visceral reaction whenever I see him on my screen, and like it's because he's a good actor, but I'm like, I should watch him in something else.
There was this cartoon that came out when I was little. Oh, A League of Their Own. He wasn't bad.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
But there was this cartoon. I don't remember the name of it, but the cartoon character was modeled after him. And he was like a movie critic. And it was like a cartoon about, like it's an adult cartoon, but not in like a nasty way. It was just meant for The Critic is what the name of it was. But it was just meant for an older audience. And I absolutely love that cartoon. So, he was in a couple episodes of Friends.
No, he played the same character in Friends.
He played the same character. Okay.
Yeah, no, I believe it though.
Yeah. And he's the worst, to the point that Joanna asked Bobby,
Is this man bothering?
are y'all, yeah, like, you okay? Do I need to rescue you? And
Mhm.
Bet's just like,
Oh no, that's
he's
my
fine.
husband.
Yeah.
And we're also getting like, as they're finding each other, as Roger, Joanna, and Bobby like find each other in this sea of this, it's not just like how everyone looks. Now that she's interacting with them, she's like, something's fucking weird with these people. And there's one line where they're talking to Joanna's husband, Matthew Broderick, and one of the wives, as she's standing next to her husband, is like, "Oh, I love your khakis." And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And she goes,
Something new
"I
I'm
see
trying
why they
out.
call it Banana Republic."
I'm just like,
And Joanna's
ugh.
like, "I'm sorry, what?" And everyone's just like, hee. And she's like, something's fucking off.
Yeah.
But it's kind of thrown off because then she meets Bobby and she meets Roger. And it's like, oh, okay, I finally found my people.
Mhm.
And not realizing that those are the only three that they're the
Haven't
only
been
ones like them.
converted yet.
Yeah.
Then we go to the square dance scene. And the kids are gone by this point. I don't know where they went. But they go to square dance scene and everything's weird here at square dance scene. And I say this as somebody that does like a good line dance. So I was little, taken aback by them shitting on line dancing, but I get it. A bunch of white people doing it, different. And the other people of color that we have seen a little bit of, they're not there.
Nope.
So then Sarah, which is Faith Hill's character, is spinning around and around and around, as you do in square dancing, but her spinning doesn't stop. She just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and then falls. If you've seen recently this week that video of Olaf at some Disney resort,
In Paris.
it's the exact same way. Exact same. So she falls flat. Her body is sparking a little bit. And Joanna realizes it. It seems like nobody else that's sane realizes it. And she's literally sparking. She tries to, being the woman in the room. And there's also this line of, I could tell it was dubbed in because it's not on her face, but she goes, "I work in reality TV. I know how to handle this." Which was
You're not a
brilliant.
doctor. I work in reality TV.
Yeah.
No, I go, you are a doctor.
Yeah.
You're a doctor, you're a psychologist, you're a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm. So she gets down, tries to check on her, but then the room just parts. And in walks Christopher Walken, who is Mike. And they're all saying, "Mike, Mike, Mike, Mike."
I was like, this sounds like the fucking seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mike, 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 Mike,
Or
Mike, Mike, Mike.
the commercial. Mike, 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 Mike. It's a Progressive commercial.
Yeah.
Some insurance company.
Yeah, it's insurance.
Yeah. Mike, Mike, Mike. And so he comes in, the room parts. He has the biggest coiffed blonde hair that you've ever seen. Everyone's treating him like he is God. And I was like, is he a doctor? No. Never says that. He leans
He's very
down.
much giving televangelist.
Yes. He leans down and they remove the body. And say she's going to be fine. She's up walking again.
She's dehydrated. She just needs some fluids. It's hot out. And Joanna's like, literally, what the fuck? There were sparks coming out of her ears. She had a seizure.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And even her own husband is like, can you just chill?
No.
Not to victim blame, because she has kids, and I'm sure I would be different if I had kids. But the amount of times that I was like, whoo, Joanna, your husband cannot talk to you like this.
I would have backhanded him.
No, like
I'm thinking she's still on a little bit of medication because she's still not quite herself yet.
No, like, I would have, you brought me there. Like, I told Mats, I was like, I love you to death. If we're in a situation where I'm going, something is afoot, this is sketchy, and you're like, no, I don't see it, it'll be fine. I'll be like, give me a kiss for the road because you can stay. I'm fucking going. Like, there's no way that I'm going to endure something that I know is bad. Like, that I'm like, I just have a gut feeling that it's bad. I'm never going to take somebody else's reassurance for that gut feeling. Like, I will act. I will act, and I will love, and I will hope that you come with me. But like, there's nothing you could ever say to convince me to stay. Again, the kid part, that's where I can't say that I can understand that because I'm not walking away from my kids, but like, ooh, yikes.
Yeah. And that's what he says during this argument that he's having, that their kids barely know her, their marriage is falling apart, and she is so domineering that people want to kill her, which did happen. So it's like she can't really argue with what he's saying.
No.
But you don't talk to me like that.
No, you can't talk to me like that. And also, like, people just want to kill me because I'm a woman, regardless of what I do as a woman. Like, that's irrelevant.
Yeah, and so at that point, it seems like she realizes that how unhappy she becomes. She apologizes and agrees to try harder with the Stepford Wives. And then the next day, Joanna starts cleaning the house and wearing more makeup in an attempt to blend in. Ugh. She talks to Bobby and Roger, and the three decide to go visit Sarah to go check in on her. And this is one of the scenes that was like ingrained in my head.
Yeah.
It was the spinning scene and then this scene. At Sarah's house, they hear Sarah getting railed.
Yes.
Really getting thrown wall to wall, having sounds like the best fucking sex of her life.
That finishes with about 45 seconds of a banshee scream at the top of her lungs.
Yes. I'm just like, Faith Hill.
That was phenomenal because also, like, that is what, that's not an orgasm. Like,
no,
that's an emergency.
That was a performance.
That is an Oscar or that is an emergency room. Like, something is, you've been split in half medically or you're in the running for an EGOT. Like, it's just not real. And it was so fun. And then every time you thought it was done, it just kept going. And I was like, oh, this is so funny. Like, it was so funny.
The three of them not leaving, they're just listening. Yeah. And Roger is even like, he heads upstairs and he's like, I need that.
Hold on, I need some of that.
Right. Like, that man that Faith Hill's with is giving that kind of orgasm.
The guy who looks like he works at the Genius Bar? Yeah, I need that. And they tackle him down. And they're like, no. And then we hear husband say, now go get me truly, now go get me a sandwich. And she says, okay. And we see her walk down the stairs.
Her hair's not even messed up. She's got on a little negligee.
And
she does not look like she got reeled.
No, she's walking like a horse on its hind legs. Which I would love to know what the training was for all of that. Because they all walk exactly the same. And it's so spot on that I was like, I feel like they literally made them watch videos of horses. And they walk down, and as it's happened, they find this, what I think is also funny because it looks like a vibrator.
I thought it was well, I knew it was a remote, but it looks like a vibrator. It looks like if you, to be specific, if you have had the Satisfyer 2 vibrator, it looks exactly like that except for in gold.
The Satisfyer 2. Satisfyer 2. Exactly. It also looks like a Clarisonic.
Yes, that too.
Which
they don't exist
like
anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
They were like $300 for something you can buy for $30.
So,
but they work great.
Well, then they see this remote and it says on it, Sarah. And they're like, wait, what? And they're pressing the buttons, trying to get this away. No, drop it in a fight. So they're not realizing as they're fighting over this, they're not sure what it is, but it's a remote that we know that says Sarah. As they're fighting over it, they are not seeing that the jostling of this remote is causing Sarah, Faith Hill, walk backwards, walk forwards, up, down, her boobs get bigger.
Tits get bigger.
All of these things. It's like, oh,
glitching.
Shit. Now we, as an audience, know that's a fucking robot. That's a motherfucking robot.
She also falls down the stairs.
In a big thud.
And they hear the thud, and that's what scares them to run out.
And
they're like,
this to me is like, she's quite the epitome of a bang maid.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it still rings true.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin. saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
You tell yourself, no one wants your college-era band tees. But on Depop, people are searching for exactly what you've got. You once paid a small fortune for them at merch stands. Now, a teenager who calls them vintage will offer that same small fortune back. Sell them easily on Depop. Just snap a few photos and we'll take care of the rest. Who knew your questionable music taste would be a money-making machine? Your style can make you cash. Start selling on Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You know those friends who support your preference for podcasts over music on road trips? That's the energy State Farm brings to insurance. With over 19,000 local agents, they help you find the coverage that fits your needs, so you can spend less time worrying about insurance and more time enjoying the ride. Download the State Farm app or go online at statefarm.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
After this, Joanna suggests they should seriously try to adapt to Stepford. I guess because she was like, I guess I can have a mind-blowing orgasm.
Yeah, they're like, maybe they're not on as much like Prozac as we are.
Yeah.
Like, they seem really happy without all of these drugs. And like, we're from Manhattan. All three of us, we're absolutely numbed out.
Is this when they go to Bobby's house?
This is when they see Bobby's house, and Bobby lives in
filth.
In absolute filth. Absolute.
She's like, I'm a writer. I don't have time
and I'm like, Bobby, where'd you even get all of this stuff? Like, you just moved in and this is a hoarder home. It is so disgusting and so messy.
And she also has like 4 boys that we see later. And I'm like, all of y'all are just living in filth.
Yeah, no, it's like you wipe your mouth with a napkin and you just drop it on the floor.
Yeah. And you probably use that same napkin again later.
Yep. And this is also where we find out why they've all come to Stepford. So we hear with Roger that, his relationship is on its last leg. This is like a desperate attempt to save the relationship because he reveals that his partner has become the worst possible thing, which is a gay Republican.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, this is so spot on. And he's like, you're a gay Republican. He goes, is it really that bad? He goes, yeah, that's really bad. Like, that is really bad. Then we never dive into this, which I would love. We find out that Bobby's there because it's court ordered. What the fuck does that mean, Bobby?
What did you do?
What? Go back. Court ordered for you? Like, I need to know that. And they just moved past it so fast. And I wondered if it was just improv because I was like, that's so
it would be
funny.
Something that would be like actually, let me change this line.
I was like, that's so good. And then we also obviously know why Joanne is here, but they basically are like, these people are having great sex. They seem so happy and like they're not on any meds. And like you live in filth. Like we're both in like sexless, miserable marriages and our medication, like, we're numb. And this is what we need. Maybe like there is like a secret sauce here. We just have to participate. So let's join book club because that sounds the most like us as people, like the good happy medium emerging of our interests and theirs. Because, hey, they have a book club. Maybe we misjudged these people.
Right.
Nope, you judged appropriately.
Yeah, they go to the book club and Joanna starts talking about, I don't remember what book it was, but she starts talking about
a real book
that's for intellects.
Yep.
And they cut her off. And so like Claire cuts her off and it's like, no. We're talking about something that's controversial. Something that's really going to get the people talking. The new cookbook.
The
for
Christmas book. It's literally one of those Martha Stewart, like, Christmas entertaining books. And she says, let's celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ with yarn. And all the other women are like,
This movie is so good.
We get into the pine cones of it all.
Yes.
Of them being like,
pine cones.
Oh my God, I'm going to make a baby Jesus entirely of pine cones. Like, it is. And so take in mind, this point, Mott's is dying laughing. And I go, you told me you've seen this movie before. He goes, I was wrong. I've never seen this movie. So I realized that, like, he initially, before this, he kept going, do they just all have lobotomies? And I was like, no.
I wonder if he thought, because I was mixing this and what's that movie when they're in black and white and then they see color after they fuck?
What?
We have to watch that movie
What
too.
the fuck? Well, you know me, I'm deeply against movies in black and white, so I've probably never seen it.
No, but it's like a movie of like the 2000s. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so the whole thing is like they're trying to suppress women. And then like once they have sex, then they can see color.
Oh, that sounds fun. Because, you know, for me, I can't. The reason why I don't watch black and white movies is it's less about it being in black and white.
Pleasantville.
Oh, that probably is it. I've heard of that. It's more so a litmus test for me because in general, if a movie's in black and white, usually there's not many women speaking.
Well, this is the complete opposite. Yes. And so, so I was mixing up initially. I was mixing up Pleasantville and Stepford Wives. So then they're also, while they're talking about these pine cones, they're like, Bobby, we don't want you to be left out, but like, let's come up with some ideas for Hanukkah.
Oh my gosh. She goes, of course you can just sing to celebrate Hanukkah. And I was like, oh, good God. Oh my gosh. And they come up with ideas, and then Bobby comes up, the one that kills me. Bobby goes, what if I just use pine cones to spell out Big Jew on the front of my house? And they all pause, and they go, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah. And she was like, oh my fucking God, what the fuck is happening? This is actually backfiring. We're not getting more like these people whatsoever. We're getting more and more afraid of them.
And Roger is actually loving this.
Yes,
he
unfortunately,
is syncing with them.
Roger was always going to be the first to fall.
Yeah.
Roger's like, I love Christmas. I love decorations. I love pine cones.
Mm-hmm. And then over at the men's club, Walter wins $20 from Ted during a game. And then the way that Ted pays up, he summons his wife to come in. And they put a credit card in her mouth, and then money flies out of it. Not like an ATM, more like...
No, the whole wad of cash is like in her mouth. And Mott's asked me, he was like, oh my God, why did they do that in ones? And I was like, because it's more phallic if her mouth is bigger. And he was like, oh my God. And I was like, It's supposed to be the most degrading version of it, and it's supposed to elicit your dick in her mouth.
Yep. And this reveals that Ted's wife, like other wives, is a robot.
Mm-hmm. This is also when Mott said, you can't let the streamers see this. They will misinterpret it. I was like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The manosphere is not ready for this. Also, I did say that the manosphere and the looks maxing community would not necessarily like this because all these men are ugly on purpose.
I mean, this movie has like a rating of 20.
What?
On Rotten Tomatoes, it's like 20%.
Wait, I was mad that it just had a solid 3 on Letterboxd. I was like, oh, that's so stupid. Oh my God.
From both reviewers and the professionals. So I'm like, I just feel like men just bombed it, which can happen. But
it still happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then Walter and Mr. Markowitz go to the men's association with Roger and Jerry. Joanna and Bobby hire a babysitter and secretly follow them. And while sneaking around the men's club, Joanna and Bobby discover a long line of painted family portraits that look creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They accidentally make a sound, and Roger is sent out to investigate because he was invited this night, and the other men are like, we're not going to make it weird because you like to be more with the ladies. And he reveals that it's him. He doesn't expose that to the other men. However, he tells them that nothing illegal is happening there, like putting them at ease because they have put him at ease. And he's there with his husband, and Joanna and Bobby leave. Unbeknownst to them, Roger's the next victim.
And we find that out because they go to his house. They haven't seen Roger. Where is Roger? Roger has thrown away his framed picture of Orlando Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
He's thrown away his Versace, his Gucci, his Viggo Morrison t-shirt. And they were like, no, he's terminal. Like something is deeply wrong with Roger.
Mm-hmm.
And they gather.
This is after the men take him to a room and he looks down and gasps. And we find out later what he's seen because it's what another character sees later.
Yep. And then we get called to the town square by him allegedly, saying that he's got something he wants to share. And they realize that everyone's there. It's set up. There's a stage. And Roger's husband introduces the next person who is campaigning for Senate seat.
Yeah.
And who pops out but a J.D. Vance-looking Roger.
He walks out, and then he starts talking about prayer and things that we know that doesn't align with his beliefs, because we know, not saying that prayer is strictly a Republican thing, but that's something that they like
Roger's
to run on to. Huh?
I said Roger wasn't into prayer.
Yeah, Roger himself wasn't into prayer.
Yeah.
But in this, he was very much like, being a gay Republican is the worst thing you can be. And now he is running as a Republican.
And he even ends it with saying, I'm not no sissy. And at that moment, they were like, that's our Roger's gone. Something terrible has happened to our Roger.
Yep. And Joanna's like, we need to leave Stepford. And Walter apologizes and says that if she is so miserable, they can leave the next day. Because she wants to get out of there, take her kids, because they're at day camp.
And it's Bobby, too.
Yeah. Yep.
They're both trying to do that.
And I'm like, why are they at day camp at night?
It's because the men don't want to hang out with their kids.
Yeah. So Walter apologizes, says, and he also sets the alarm, which it looks like. And I thought that this was a cool little thing, because I was like, he's being evil, but he's being manipulative at the same time, because he takes the alarm off and it's like, if you want to leave, we'll leave. We'll leave tomorrow. So it looks like it's her choice.
Security.
And then that night, Joanna is wakened by the family's robotic dog bringing her a bone. She realizes the bone is actually a remote control, like the one that Sarah had. And it's labeled Joanna.
Dun, dun, dun.
She gets up, goes to sit in the office with her Mac computer. And now she's researching all the Stepford Wives. And she discovers that the women of Stepford were once accomplished professionals, scientists, engineers, judges, like the first in their fields to do a lot of things.
Like the most successful women in the country are now suddenly here, no longer doing those things.
Yep. And even the dog.
The dog prize. I wrote it down, champion terrier. And there was a news article, champion terrier vanishes. And they clearly are struggling a little bit more with the recreation of the dog than the humans. Yeah. But, you know, work in progress.
Yeah. Work in progress. The next day, and Walter comes in and asks what she's doing. And she's like, oh, I'm just looking up a recipe for apple pie. I want to get a head start on it. The next morning, Joanna rushes to go see Bobby. And she finds that Bobby's house is spotless.
Immaculate.
It's been transformed. Bobby is now fawning and stupid.
Tiniest waist I've ever seen. Couldn't even see the waist.
Yeah. Comes down. Her children come downstairs, who are the most ungrateful little bitch boys. And she has specially made a lunch for each of them. And they also had toys that they wanted. One of them didn't get the toy, and she just gave them. Huh?
One was like peanut butter jelly sandwich and your Rolex. I put the Rolex in there as well.
A Rolex is in there too. Yes. But one of them wanted a toy. She couldn't find it. They were sold out. So then she just hands him money. That's when Joanna realizes that Bobby is no longer human, when Bobby fails to react to an open flame burning her hand in the kitchen.
I remember that part so vividly.
Yes. Joanna again tries to flee Stepford. She discovers that the men have taken her children hostage. She storms into the men's club and demands her children back. The men have been waiting for her. And then they set up to capture her. And they explain to her the truth behind everything in Stepford.
Which it sounds like every incel speech ever. Like, it's still, like, it's exactly the same that people would say now. It's like, oh, women, like, look at you, you're all successful, and, like, I can't measure up. And, like, she's saying all the rebuttals of being, like, me picking you means it's great. Like, I'm sorry, like, that is, what do you get? Like, you get me. If I'm this accomplished, wonderful person, like, I've got great taste, and I picked you. And it's like, no. I need to be better than you. It's no matter of this. It's men who seek out successful women, and their entire goal is to bring them down and break them down. And when they can't do that, now we find out what they do. And it's not just a lobotomy. It's full robotics.
It's full robotics. They play a video on a Frame TV.
Mott's literally said, he goes, Frame TV! That's where they got the idea.
A big picture turns into a very low budget video showing how they have implanted things into these women's brains.
And we find out that all of these men, these aren't like absolute bum, no job guys. Like they have worked at executive at Disney, all of these things. It's not a matter of they're not successful. It's that their wives are more successful than them.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. And we get my favorite line of the movie where one of them says they work at AOL. And she goes, AOL? Is that why the women are all so slow?
Yep. So good.
I love it.
Then out of the floor, I'm like, do they just have different places that they're keeping these bodies? Because they're all revealed in different places.
Yep. They love the dramatics. They love the theatrics.
Yeah. Out of the floor, Joanna's body rises, or shell, I should say. Her shell rises.
Wigless. All scalp.
No eyes. no eyeballs. Just sockets.
No eyeballs, sockets, and so much scalp. You've never seen so much forehead in your life.
And she also just naturally has a big forehead.
I know. And so they kept true to that. And they said, now take the hair off and here's the entire forehead.
But I also don't understand this because later when the women are transformed, they're still in their bodies. They're just, that chip was just removed from their brain.
I know. I always wondered if it was supposed to be like they put like their brain, their regular brain into these robots, and that is like what's hidden downstairs. Okay. And then they essentially keep their same body, switch out the brain, and it's like a Bluetooth kind of a thing. Like one's on, one's like whatever it is. Like I always thought that the robot bodies were more so like the decoy or something. Okay. Like if they caught them. But yeah, it's a plot hole. I thought the same. It's just fundamentally a plot hole. But then I find it so accurate, this part where it's like it's funny, but she's also like just trying to convince these men not to kill her, and like, what can I say so these men won't kill me? And then explaining why to her husband that she's worthy of being picked by him, even though he already picked her.
Yep.
Like that part, it's like it's so true. It's like explaining why you should not harm me and why you should not hurt me when you sought me out. We've already been together, like done all this. I have to prove why my life matters to someone who chose to spend their life with me. Huh? It's like so backwards and so fucked up.
This episode is brought to you by Fandango. People say fans are too distracted these days, but the truth is, when a great movie hits the screen, you show up, you stay glued, invested, part of the story. And without fans like you, there'd be no cinema magic, no shared moments. So head to Fandango.com to get tickets, stream, or rent or buy top movies and series. Fandango loves fans.
Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
K-pop Demon Hunters Haja Boys breakfast meal and Huntrix meal have just dropped at McDonald's. They're calling this a battle for the fans. What do you say to that, Rumi?
It's not a battle. So glad the Saja Boys could take breakfast and give our meal the rest of the day.
It is an honor to share.
No, it's our honor.
It is our larger honor.
No, really. Stop.
You can really feel the respect in this battle. Pick a meal to pick a side.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's while supplies last.
So now Joanna has been transformed. Her and Walter have disappeared into the floor. And
because we find out that the husbands perform this. They're the ones who do this. They treat it like an intimate ceremony. Like
like they're fucking for the first time. So next time we see her, she's at the grocery store in a blonde wig, long blonde wig, smiling, looking at the other wives, being very robotic.
Yep,
just
very
like
Stepford.
And this is beautiful. The choreography for this scene is very beautiful. And then I saw a little bit of the first film, and this is something that they kept from the first film.
This is ingrained in my brain. Anytime there's like anything in a grocery store like this, I'm like, oh, Stepford Wives. Like this is
they do
such
it a
an
lot
iconic
in
thing.
Desperate Housewives, where I think they're borrowing from it.
Yep.
And then there's a former ball in the name of, because every time somebody is transformed,
it's like a debutante.
It's a reveal of who they are. And so for Roger, it was the announcing he was running for Senate. We didn't see whatever Bet's was, but she does mention that she's working on her new book, which is going to be like a recipe book. So it was probably like a book announcement or something. And now we've got this big ball that they're going to, and they're the guest of honor. So during this, Joanna is initially dancing with Walter, and then she moves and dances with Mike. During this time, Walter goes, and initially he's talking to Claire, but he slips away while Mike is being distracted by Joanne, and she's telling him how much she wants to be with him and really laying it on thick. So while that's happening, Walter goes down to the transformation room. He destroys the software that's controlling the wives, and this burns out the implanted microchips. All of the Stepford Wives revert back to their original personalities and are pissed. And each time that the chips are gone, they're just kind of, their heads just jerk back and they're looking
like
straight up like they're being beamed up.
Yeah, what was that thing that people kept thinking was going to happen? The religious people?
Yes. Yeah. The rapture.
All those memes. The rapture. They look like rapture memes.
Yeah.
And they're immediately, their face falls being like, what the fuck? And they all know who's to blame. They all just stomp over to their motherfucking husbands.
The husbands are confronted. The wives are furious. Walter reveals that Joanna has never actually been changed. So whatever she said down there was like, I'm going to kill you before you put this chip in my head, and you better get in fucking line, you little boy.
Mott's literally said, he goes, why does nobody have a gun? Like, I'm saying right now, this to me, the beginning of this movie is very much like if we had to move to Florida. Like, this feels like me in Florida. I'd be like, fuck. And I don't like weapons. If I'm in Stepford, I'm so sorry. I am buying a gun. I'm buying a gun. Like, I need a gun. Immediately.
Yeah. And so he's still in love with his real woman wife. He joined in on our plan. Together they pretended that she had been transformed, but she was actually infiltrating the Stepfords from within. And in this moment, I was thinking about how a current movie, we would have seen all this and it would have been unnecessary. And that's what's making current movies so long.
Yes. Yep.
Then Mike threatens Walter and picks up a candlestick and is headed over towards him.
We also find out in all of this, when she reveals that she's not a robot, she realizes that I can do better, which brings back to her TV show of, I don't need to accept this bullshit. I can do better, and I can also do better by dismantling this entire fucking system you've built.
Yep. So Mike is running over to harm Walter, but before Mike can attack, Joanna attacks him with a candlestick, and she knocks his head, and his head goes flying because guess what? Mike is a robot.
What?
It's then revealed that Claire is not a Stepford Wife at all. She was a real woman.
They go like a human woman?
Yeah.
You're a human?
Devastated by Mike's destruction, she explains everything.
This is a monologue that people need to start doing.
This is when I was like, this is why Glenn Close signed on for this film.
Oh yeah. We get this like impassioned monologue as she's holding Christopher Walken's robot head in her hand, like kissing it, like stroking it, cheek to cheek. Explains all of it.
Yeah, she once was a bitter, exhausted, career-driven brain surgeon. She discovered that Mike was having an affair. In a jealous rage, she murdered both Mike and the lover, who was her assistant.
Yep.
Afterwards, she decided to make the world more beautiful. She created a robot version of Mike because he was the kind of man other men would listen to.
And she's like, and where would I do all this? Where would people not even notice a town full of robots? I know. Connecticut. I'm like, yeah, facts. That is true. That's very accurate.
Joanna asks why Claire did not simply turn the men into robots, and she says that she planned to turn the entire community into robots. And I think it's in the subtext, but the reason why she went after the women first, because she knows that men can be controlled and women can't.
And that's the whole thing of like, this whole thing is so genius that it's like, how at any point did we think a man could run it? This is male motivation, but like, this is a male-centered woman who's doing this. Men are not smart enough at all to do this. But I do think in this, I was like, oh, she's like kind of the ultimate cuck. Like, she kind of just like... she's playing Sims in real life, and like the fact that all of the women are programmed to be like sexually attracted to her husband, but then he picks her. I'm like,
yeah. And then also, you know that he's programmed to give her the best orgasms of her life.
Yep.
So he is, in fact, a giant vibrator.
Exactly.
So Claire says she planned to turn the entire community. And then she makes out with the robot head, which gives her an electric shock. Yeah. And so she essentially dies holding the robot head of her husband. 6 months later, we just cut and we're on Larry King. And I love this part.
Larry King. And I said, that's why it's even funnier.
Yes.
Yep. The man who does incredibly derogatory interviews with women.
But
Get up on there.
Loved him so much.
Totally.
Yeah.
And they look past it.
So they're on Larry King. It's Joanna, Bobby, and Roger.
They've all reverted back to their original selves.
Yes. And after surviving Stepford, which I thought that actually would be a good movie if they wanted to do a sequel instead of just doing a remake. Joanna has made a documentary about it, and it's very successful. Bobby has written a book of poetry, which she tries to fake us out by saying, like, it's about love and acceptance, but no.
It is almost verbatim of, it sounds like a Jeanette McCurdy, I'm glad my mom died.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah, the name of it was
something
like, that was very similar. Very similar. And then Roger actually has one state senate, but he ran as an independent. And he can be his true gay self.
Yep.
And Joanna says that her relationship with Walter is still imperfect, but she emphasizes that it's real. And that is what matters most. And honestly, I would have got a divorce.
Also, that's the only critique I've had of this movie forever is that, like, he should have helped her. She should have used him. And then he would have been like, great. And she goes, no, we're done. The fact that you even considered this is grounds for divorce. Like, you don't need to learn that you shouldn't give me a lobotomy and turn me into a bang-made robot. Like, you should already know that.
But I think what that next scene is in the closing scene when the wives have taken over Stepford and the husbands are just their little bitches. I think that is the atonement for that.
Well, it's not even just that they are jailed there.
Yeah, they're under house arrest.
Yeah, they are being tortured, and yes. I don't even think there's any government oversight. Like,
it is. It's Roger. Roger is the senator. Yes.
Yeah. So
that's the government oversight.
They literally have them. They're captive. They are held captive.
And I think that's why she stayed, because now she just has him doing whatever she wants him to do.
Yep. Yeah, but that's my only thing. I would have had her divorce. That would be it. And I think in a remake, I could see them doing that. But I do like that they don't show them like happy at the end.
No.
Because it's like, oh, I don't think she forgave him.
No.
I think
that's why she says, oh, it's imperfect.
Yeah. And also, we don't even see him after.
No.
I go, I don't know if he's still with us.
You're right.
Yeah. Someone might have actually had it. There wasn't a gun in Stepford then, might be a gun in Stepford now. And one of those bullets might be in her husband's head.
Yeah. Or they locked him down in the basement and removed. Because now you have all these actually powerful women that know how to actually do these things. Because it was never the men that were doing it. It was always Claire.
But my God, this movie is just phenomenal. It's so beautiful. I miss when movies were colorful, like the lighting. Everything. Yes, I can see things. gaffers were employed. Like it's just such a great movie that like it stands the test of time in a way that is like, again, like I said, low-key depressing, but like there's truly like like you could have made this today and you would not.
There's like
blink.
the line about AOL would have been different. Like there's just like small like little lines that would have changed, but anything else is the exact same.
Exact same. So I think it's just so funny. Like it is like consistent laughs, and the character, all of the characters, the performances, it's just so funny, and it's like such a perfect, it's all in perfect harmony. And like I like just to give kudos to the women who played the Stepford Wives who didn't even speak. Like the physicality of all of them to create, it's not just in the casting that you cast women that are the same body type and they're the same height and like have similar features, but like the way that they all move as like one mass, like it's remarkable. Like it's a well choreographed movie, which is why it's so enjoyable to watch, and it is like a perfect song. Like it just the pacing and everything. So if you haven't seen this in a while, like I always knew I loved this movie. It is so much better than I even remembered.
Yeah. I absolutely loved it, and when Megan had sent it, I was like, I have not seen this with adult eyes. I've seen Notting Hill about 50 times with adult eyes, and we'll have to watch it. It's one of my favorite films.
Well, I think it'll make me finally understand Julia Roberts, right?
And not just Julia Roberts.
Hugh Grant?
But Hugh Grant.
Okay. Well, I know that Julia Roberts, like there are like some moms who like quite literally are like, no, Julia Roberts is like everything. Like,
but
I don't
she
think
was already that by this film.
No, but I haven't seen her in like anything except for that other one. So,
but I just wanted like that is the film where because he was like, he made a bunch of rom-coms where he was the lead, and she made a bunch of rom-coms where she was the lead, and this is the one where they were coming together.
Oh, it's like Sweet Life on Deck.
Sure.
That's so Hannah Montana.
Okay.
It's a crossover.
Okay.
Of the two pinnacles of...
Not quite, but okay.
Well, yeah. Well, they're not Raven Baxter, so of course it's not the same. They can never, no fashion will ever match up.
I mean, it's not a crossover because it's not the same story, but okay.
Same difference.
But I think this was perfectly casted. I saw their cast. I saw that John Cusack and Joan Cusack were originally cast as Walter and Bobby. So not related. Initially, I was like, ugh.
I was like, no,
yeah,
don't do
but
that.
they had to drop out because their dad was dying. They dropped out like 2 weeks before the film.
No way.
Yes.
Wow, I would have never, ever guessed because this casting is perfect. Like, Roger's character, when Roger turned, Mom's like, no, he's my favorite part. And then Bobby turned and goes, no. And I'm like, yeah, this is... But he's like, whoa, this movie... He's like, I can't believe you watched this movie at like 10 years old. And I was like, yeah, this is it. But like, it was very cool to watch a man watch this and then like have questions that are answered being like, oh no. And I was like, oh, this is inherent. Like I know, I just know what's happening. I know what this means. I know X, Y, and Z. But you could make this 1,000 times over, and it's just like such a great premise. And I love movies that are so important and so like such a cultural moment that like I reference when things feel like, I treat it like a verb. Like something feels like Stepford Wives. Like it feels Stepford Wivesy. Like something that's like sinister or a little too eerie or a little too perfect. And like that's, I just think it's such a remarkable film that it's like, it's just so fucking good.
So good. And then saying that the 70s one is even better.
Yeah, gotta watch it.
I have to watch it because the film came out in 72. I mean, the book came out in 72. The film came out in 75. So it had just been out.
Oh, so they were like, gotta make this.
Yes.
This is a necessary adaptation.
It's on Tubi, so you can all watch it for free.
Perfect. Well, I encourage everyone to watch it if you haven't watched it in a while. Like it's just...
It's on Paramount Plus. Or you can buy it.
Yep.
Or rent it.
$3.99. Love it.
Did you pay for it?
No, I watched on Paramount.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you have Paramount, you can use my Paramount. Okay.
Yeah. Did we decide what's next? We
next week. We're about to talk about it right now. We didn't end the episode.
Oh, okay. I thought we did talk about it.
No.
Okay.
Next week, because it's my pick now. Next week is, because I will be gone, I want to do something a little shorter.
Perfect.
The Burbs, the Keke Palmer TV show on Peacock. So if we can watch the first episode. Maybe we'll see how much happens in the first episode. We may need to watch the second episode.
Okay. I'll watch it soon.
Yeah, just to make sure it's longer. But yeah.
Fuck yes.
Let's do it.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Because we need a new TV show.
Yeah. And that one's been getting rave reviews. And I had canceled my Peacock right before it came out.
Yep. And you got it back?
I'm going to get it back before. But I'll be home with my parents. I can just watch it on them. What they have. Okay. All right.
Wait, what would you rate it?
Oh, sorry. I would rate this 2,000 out of 100. We're having a 4th of July celebration. We're the Native Americans and Black people.
It's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
And the response, we're in Connecticut.
Yep.
I would rate this every male on the face of the planet's electric head exploding off.
Please.
Like
please,
the best day ever.
A dream.
Wow. I saw a TikTok that made me laugh so hard that it was like, damn, men are so hot. I wish they were good people. And someone's like, wow, this is a huge generalization to make. And someone's like, you're right. Some men aren't hot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. Love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for bringing that gem over.
Welcome. Well.
All right. Join us on Monday for Don't Blame Me.
Bye. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.